The Western Cape's Housing Department is pleading with people who are currently on the housing waiting list to be patient. This after 126 units at the Forest Village housing project were illegally occupied by backyard dwellers on Friday. But those responsible for the invasion say they wanted to make a statement to authorities and also highlighted the plight of the homelessness. eNCA's Nobesuthu Hejana reports.
It's not about wanting to be lawless. It's about saying that you are not helping us, you're not doing your job. You government, you are there to supply, you are there to see that we have houses. That's in the Constitution.
A standoff between private security companies and backyard dwellers from areas like Woodstock, Manenber, Elsies River, Riverside and Kalkfontein. The message is clear: they want houses, and some say they've been on the waiting list for more than 15 years. Godfrey Late from Bellville South says being cramped out in these conditions is what forced many to take a stand and illegally occupy the units.
We need houses. We live in squalor. There are more than 5,000 backyard dwellers in Bellville South. There are up to 12 people living in one small shack. There are 4 families living in one small shack. I myself, as I'm standing here in this house, I rent a room here.
But the housing department says those who forced themselves into this housing project are not on the list to benefit here.
It was plus minus 128 individuals. They were not from the surrounding wards, which ultimately is earmarked to benefit from that project. But they come from areas as far away as Kalkfontein and Manenber, and even some of those individuals, I believe, from Woodstock.
Simas says though he cannot say how many projects have been invaded so far, his department is concerned with the rising cases.
Remember in 2019, like I said, there was a first attempt at Forest Village, which we once again also could safely prevent. Then we saw attempted invasions in Veldrift, where 53 units were damaged. We've seen attempted invasions in George. We've seen an attempted invasion at our project in Kalkfontein municipality. So it's an anomaly that has happened over the last 2.5 years. But the scale of this one is the biggest that I've seen so far.
Close to 3,000 of these units have been handed over to beneficiaries since last month. The rightful occupants of the units that were invaded would have taken residence during the first quarter of 2022, as they have already received their letters. Many of the beneficiaries are elderly people. The housing department says this process will now be delayed as repairs are needed. Nobesuthu Hejana, Cape Town.